President Biden and former President Trump both visiting the border this afternoon, highlighting one of the key issues for Americans in the 2024 presidential race. Our own Rick Newman is here to take a closer look at that and other economic issues voters are eyeing. Rick.
Right. So dueling visits to the border for these two candidates. I think the most important takeaway here, President Trump, he's made immigration and border crossings one of his key issues since he announced his first presidential run in 2015. Biden, not so much. This is not something he talked about in 2020 as a campaign issue. And he has discovered kind of late that immigration is a giant problem, and this is really resonating with voters. We're seeing lots of surveys saying voters are increasingly worried about immigration. Look at everything that's been happening. We've had record flows of migrants across the border. Migrants are showing up in cities across the country, including Democratic ones such as New York, Chicago, San Francisco, Los Angeles, and even the mayors in those cities are saying we need some help here. So Biden is late to this. I think the question is, this immigration bill that could have made a difference is not going to get through Congress, apparently. So Donald Trump had a role in that. He was telling Republicans in the Senate and the House, don't vote for this, so it's not even going to get a vote. So Biden has to figure out what he can do without congressional legislation. Immigration is a complete mess. It's a thorny problem. Everybody knowledgeable about this says you need legislation to fix this. The president cannot fix it on his own, but Biden's probably going to try. So by the time of the State of the Union speech I think it's next Thursday, I think a lot of people are expecting Biden is going to come out with something new about immigration.
Yeah. And then presumably if he tries something legislatively, we'll try to position the Republicans as being against it if they don't support his version.
That's right. So he's got to play this bank shot, which is, Trump is the one always thumping his, Trump did a really good job branding himself as the guy with the border wall, right?
Although the wall didn't get built, did it?
Parts of it did. Some of it went up and that all stopped, and I think some of it has even come down. Trump knows how to brand himself. And look, Trump was actually passionate about this issue, right or wrong. He really did care about stopping the flow of migrants. This is just not something that Biden has spent much energy or much political capital on. So, he didn't. When it's not your main issue, you don't have as much sway on Capitol Hill to get something done. When you say, oh, by the way, now that this has become a problem, let's get this done. It's just never been a Democratic, the Democratic issue on this when Trump was president was basically stop the cruelty with children in cages and everything at the border. So Democrats are in a bind on this, and it is Biden's worst issue in the polls. Voters give him the worst marks on immigration. And, it's pretty hard to change the story with just 8 months left until the election.
Oh, and these are live pictures, by the way, of the president at the border. As you said, sort of dueling appearances by
And Trump is there, I think, right at the same time, someplace else.
Exactly.
Thank God they're not at the same spot.
Yes, that would be intriguing. Maybe an impromptu debate.
Maybe we should have an immigration debate at the border.
Governor Abbott there as well, you just saw too.
Yep.
All right. Thanks, Rick.
Thanks,
Appreciate
guys.
it.